Right, happy Monday, traders. I'm a bit sick this morning, but really taking a nice trade. And I've got a couple of things that I want to be speaking on this morning. First and foremost is my work-ons, right? Because I think every single trader should have work-ons that they are looking to improve and get better on. Okay. And one of mine is focusing on the DAX and S&P 500 only. I'm still going to be watching those assets for now. Just going to be watching those assets for now. And I think this is just something that I have seen quite consistently, my TradeZilla stats, as well as the stats that I trade with on Edgeville, is that I trade better when I'm focused on less, right? And I think a lot of traders would actually do better if they don't look to trade every single asset, but they just focus on a couple that they are niched in and locked in on. And from now, you can just see that's going to be the S&P 500 and the DAX. According to my statistics, I think everyone should be looking at their stats every single week, right? Seeing where, what times of day they're doing well, where they are making money, where they're losing money, what's working, and basically how they can improve. But this was my trade today on the DAX, quite small because of, as you can see over there, just over $100 because of the bank holiday in Germany, right? You can see obviously it's melting now. I got tapped, I took out here and then got tapped on break even and now running without me. Overnight, we can also see the S&P 500 actually churning a little bit higher. We're slightly up from there, but yeah, the DAX has been my money maker, and that's what I'm going to stay focused on. So let me kind of break down my trade why I kind of like this for shorts this morning over the longs. So quite simple. We got the opening range indicator, first 50 minutes of the high and low from the London session open, obviously because of the DAX is traded in the London session. So we got the first 50 minutes. We can get these indicators as well, the opening range with Edgeville on the right-hand side of here. Trading view indicator access, it's the opening range indicator, and I've just altered the times to the first 15 minutes, right, for those that want to trade DAX. Okay, so we break the opening range low over here. This is the 5-minute time frame. We come back in, we reject the daily VWAP as well as the London open VWAP, which is this blue VWAP over there, and I'm looking for shorts. So basically, break of the opening range low, pull back into the daily VWAP, and I'm looking for shorts off of that area. It makes sense. It's where I'm looking to take shorts, and I'm just playing my odds, right? If it's a losing trade, then so be it. I want to be taking trades that make good, calculated sense for me in terms of probabilities. Another factor that I did like is we actually broke the previous day's lows, which is this white dotted line coming across the screen. If we actually look at that previous day's low over here on the DAX, not a great stat, but in the last month, 57% of the time, if we break through those lows, we will close the day lower. We can actually, let's go back to look at the last 6 months. And we can actually see that this might go a little bit more up, 70% of the time. So obviously stats are always changing, but I think it's a solid stat there to put in my favor. Break of the opening range low, trading underneath key VWAPs, and then continuation below the previous day's lows. And that was my trade. So I think just takeaways from today's stream is looking at that previous day's high and low again with Edgeville, as I've mentioned, and then just focusing on less is more. We don't need to be trading every single thing all the time to be making money consistently. I think that's something that I've probably put myself in, categorized myself in. I've tried to be a jack of all trades instead of, just focusing on a select few, maybe one or two, like the DAX and ES. So that's what I'm going to be doing going forward. That's my plan. That's my work on. And that's where I'm going to be. As I said, that's just where my focus is going to be at. I'm not really interested in looking at trading the NASDAQ. My stats are not telling me that I'm trading the NASDAQ as well as ES and the DAX, right? So that's going to be my focus, and we'll take that into the rest of the week. If you want to come watch me trade live, the guys, I'm going to be live here. I'm going to every single day at 9:25 a.m. Eastern time. Austin's going to be taking away to start the week. I'll be on from Tuesday to Friday. But yeah, Emma over here. Live trading room over there. And then again, if you want to come check out the Edge for algos as well, they do have these automated systems, of course, as well, right? So that we've got to mention. If you come over here, you can get the Edge for algos that you can go and back test and change the parameters, everything like that, using these reports that I'm trading manually. I'm actually also got an algorithmic kind of that tells me when to take my trades as well on some of my equity. Okay, so you can come check that out as well. The link is in my bio, and then yeah, you can come click it over here. Everything that you need is there. So appreciate you guys, and we'll see you then for the rest of the week. Let's have a good week. Stay focused, stay locked in. Less is more. I'll see you guys on stream.